Imagine two cops thinking they just pulled off the easiest hustle of their careers. A lonely old black woman. Cash hidden in her house. No witnesses around. They laughed as they shoved her life savings into their pockets. But what they didn't know was the secret waiting behind her front door. Because that woman's son wasn't just anyone. He was the most feared soldier to ever wear the Green Beret patch. And when he came home, he wasn't coming for justice. He was coming for war. Now, before I tell you how these crooked cops' lives unraveled, let me ask, what would you do if someone hurt your mother? Drop your answer in the comments. I'm curious how far you'd go. Back to the story. The old woman's name was Clara Johnson. She lived in a quiet southern town known for minding her own business. Every Sunday, she walked to church with the same handbag. And inside that handbag, all the money she had. Not because she trusted banks, but because she trusted God. But one evening, two local officers who had been watching her for weeks made their move. They pulled up in their squad car, lights flashing. "Ma'am, we need to check your house, routine inspection," they lied. Clara, trusting, let them in. Within minutes, they had ripped open her mattress and found her envelope of cash. "This is evidence," one smirked, stuffing the money into his vest. Clara begged, "Please, that's all I have." But they didn't care. They left her crying in the dark. Here's where the story takes a turn. Because what those cops didn't know was Clara had a son. His name? Marcus Johnson. Green Beret. Decorated soldier. Multiple tours overseas. A man who had seen combat in ways most people can't even imagine. And when he returned home on leave that very week, his mother told him everything. At first, Marcus just listened silently. His jaw tightened, his fists clenched. He didn't cry, he didn't yell. He just asked, "Do you know their names?" Clara nodded. "Yes, baby. Officer Miller and Officer Kent." That night, Marcus sat in his childhood room, staring at the Green Beret patch on his uniform. He had fought terrorists overseas, but now the enemy was in his own town, and unlike war zones, these men thought they were untouchable. The next day, Marcus followed the two officers after their shift. He watched them laugh, drink, and brag about being above the law. He memorized their routines, just like he'd studied enemy targets overseas. He wasn't reckless, he was precise. And he waited. Late one night, as Miller walked alone to his car, Marcus stepped out of the shadows. Calm, collected, eyes cold. "Remember Clara Johnson?" he asked. The officer froze, panic rushing over his face. Marcus whispered, "That was my mother." What happened next? Nobody really knows the full detail, but Miller never bragged again. Days later, Officer Kent tried to pull the same trick on another elderly neighbor. But as he reached for the money, Marcus appeared. This time, Marcus didn't have to say a word. Kent dropped the cash, shaking in fear. Word spread fast through the department. The story of Clara's son, the soldier you donned to mess with, circulated like wildfire. Officers who once walked with arrogance now lowered their heads when Clara passed. And Clara? She finally slept peacefully at night. Here's the part that gives you chills. Marcus never faced charges. Why? Because no one dared to file a report. The cops knew that if they spoke up, the truth about their theft would come out. And the town secretly celebrated. Clara got her money back. But more than that, she got her dignity back. Because her son showed her the kind of protection no badge could offer. Now think about it. Sometimes the real heroes don't wear uniforms every day. Sometimes they're the ones who take off their medals and fight for the people they love. And here's the real secret. Evil often looks powerful until it meets someone with nothing left to lose. So the next time you see an elderly woman walking alone, remember Clara, remember Marcus, and remember that no crime stays hidden forever. If this story gave you goosebumps, let me ask you, do you think Marcus went too far? Or not far enough? Comment your answer below. I'll be reading every single one. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe, because I've got even more unbelievable true stories coming your way. And trust me, you don't want to miss the next one.